Okay, C46, front and center in the camera. It's kind of buried in behind all this stuff here. Right here. C46, let's see if it's loose already. So there's a nut even lower than the locking nut that holds the actual unit to the chassis, and that is loose. Not going to worry about it. Can remove this. Feels like it's locked pretty tight. Put a wrench on that. I'm just bumping the antenna terminal here with the tool, grounding it out. That's what's happening. Oh yeah, that's loose now. We're ready. Double check everything here. Make sure we're doing this right. So we're starting at 21.5. Here's that tone again. 21.5. Okay, that's about as accurate as I can get that. 21.5. Change the band now to the 13 and 16 combined meter band. I'm going to double check the zero on here because it's been a while. Bingo, right on still. The number we want to do this at is 162 degrees. Pretty quiet radio, 162. Shouldn't we hear that right now? 21.5, shouldn't we be hearing that? We should. Going across it a little quickly. And that should really be at 162. Not too far off. There's 162. It's right near there. So the adjustment is C46. Double checking the diagram here. C46. Yep, it's this guy. So we want to bring him in with this. Tune him in. Tune him in. Down. No show. Up. No show. Okay, what's wrong here? What's going wrong? Let's put it back where it was. Stab myself with this. What happened? Let's tune the signal generator and find out where this radio is really tuned right now. Okay, so we'll move, since the radio is tuned where it needs to be. Is that right? Should be at 162. That's where it is. We'll use the signal generator to find our way. Signal generator. So we want this to be this way. Which way makes it louder? Down? Yep. right past. Okay. Find it. Just a little bit further down. And we'll put this right on. There we go. Peek up that meter one last time here. So that's what's that is 4. I can go a touch higher. Looks like I can get up to 4.2 if I'm lucky. There, I'm lucky. 4.2. I'm going to go to the other end of this band and do the same thing with a different frequency. 17.75 at 17 degrees. 17 degrees. So this is a broader band that has a lot more, it covers a greater amount of the radio spectrum than the other bands. That's probably why this one needs an oscillator adjustment at high and low end. The low end, and we want to go to, what was that number again? 17.75. Okay, 17.75. So it's at 17.9. Way off. Okay. And what are we adjusting this time? We're adjusting one of those coils. L12. 17.75. L12. L12 is this guy. Ooh, he's way down. L12. I want to get to 17.75. Okay, so we'll go in the direction we want to go. Down a bit on this. Find it. Okay, I know which way I'm going. Here we go. Oh boy. Apparently I didn't know which way I was going. Let's try that again. It's a hair trigger here. Okay, it's tuned in there. If I go down, now how do I find it? No? Yeah. So it's clockwise to go down. Yep. And where are we headed? $17.75. 17.75. 17 a little low. That's good enough there. There it is. Okay, watching the meter now for maximum voltage. That sounds a little funny. Again, I'm just pushing on this. It affects it. I think some of the tone guide me on this too. I'm not going to get any higher than that. Is that so? Tune the radio. Oh, it went just a touch higher there. That's okay. Because we're talking fractions of a fraction here. So do we get to the right spot? Is that 17? Yes, it is 17. Yeah. And that was right on here. 17 is what we were aiming for? Yes. And we should go back up to the top and check to see if 21.5 is still where it's supposed to be. 162. So I'll go to 162. 162. And we'll just tune the signal generator and find out what's up there. That's supposed to be 21.5. I got it at 21.3 now. 21.5 at 162. 162 is correct. We're at 21.3, so we need to make further adjustments on that. C46. C46. Maybe I'll do this by hand. I just hold it with my fingers. So we want to get up to 5. So we'll go in that direction here. Now I'll figure out which way to push or pull it. That's pushing. Let's try pulling. Okay, pull it some more. Okay. Oh, it's a long ways up there. That's a long ways for this guy to go. It can only go so far, I would imagine. 20. Is there something wrong here? Why am I having a hard time getting to 21.5? 21.5. 162. And that's definitely 162. Okay, just keep going. Okay, we gotta go all the way up to here. All the way up to here. Okay. How far can you pull these? There's the limit. Whoa, how come we didn't hear it? It's right near there. So we got 21,460. 21,460 we're supposed to have. So sometimes I think what can happen when you're working at either end of the band is you have the two tuning controls, and each one's kind of fighting the other at the opposite end. So when you're adjusting the high end, the low end's getting knocked off. I think you can do this. I think you can accidentally put them both up until they're both hitting their limit, and you still won't have the band tuned right. Or you can go down. You got to go back into the middle with them and start again. Is that really the case? So this one's right up at the top. And the other adjustment is L12, and L12 is right at the bottom. So to check this theory out, I'm going to tune the radio to the bottom, but I'm going to try to adjust it with the top adjustment. And then And then I'll be so upset after that we'll stop and have lunch. So we want to go down now to 17. There's 17. And we want to tune the radio. At this point it should be receiving 17.75. It's gone way off. It's 17.7. Okay, I'm going to move this. Can I hear any change? I didn't hear any change. I mean, ideally, each end adjustment shouldn't affect the other. Ideally, I didn't do a thing. Did not do a thing. Okay, so this makes me wonder what egregious thing I'm doing here. Let's pull this back up. Well, let's check the other. Another possibility is alignment on the instead of aligning the radio to the proper, how can I say this? You can be picking up the image instead of picking up the real signal. That's the way I want to put it, I guess. Let's see what happens here. Is this really going to change it? This is just to verify that my head's in the right place here. Yeah, I can hear it just by heaving on it. Yeah. Well, maybe the opposite is true. Maybe this doesn't affect the low end, but the low end affects the high end. So go back to the high end. I'm just hoping when I'm done I can have these two controls more centrally located than where they are. Was it 162, was it? And then 162, the frequency is 21.5. Looks like it's exactly where it was. Okay, so now adjust the low end. I'll move the low end adjustment. See if the high end of the band moves around. Just watching the meter. Oh yes. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to crank this thing way up. Way up. The radio's gone totally silent. Way up. Way up. And I'm going to push this guy way down. So roughly where it was. And so the radio didn't come to life. Yikes. And now what is the radio actually receiving? Anything. Yeah, I killed it all right. Deader than a doornail. Okay, let's turn this down until we hear some atmospheric sound again. You know, the sensitivities come back. That little experiment didn't pay off at all. There's the atmospheric sound coming back. Here, we're right by it. There it is. Okay, so I'm using the wrong adjustment now to do this adjustment. I'm kind of bringing things back to where they should be, so to speak. So what I can do is I can leave this one centrally located where it is now. It's its original position pretty well. This guy's in his original position. And the radio is tuning properly here at 162. Go down to the bottom end. What was that? Ah. So this is the image thing. Huh. So we don't know exactly what frequency we're on here. I don't think it's on the chart at all. 150 is not gonna. 155 is. Yeah, it's on a different band. So there and here. So now this is what happens on a high frequency shortwave band that covers a fair bit of the frequency spectrum. The image signal is receivable by the radio if it's mistuned. I'm not saying that's what's happening here. But so normally what they tell you is, you know, aim for the lower peak or something like that. So that would be the upper. That would be the lower. Is one of these stronger than the other? Let's watch that meter. This is the lower. It's around, there you are, 4.6. And the upper, much stronger. So almost certainly the upper, this is the correct one to be aligning to. So it looks like that wasn't a problem. PF, very unlikely that a factory tuned radio would come out mistuned. It's just really unlikely. You know, unless the guy who did it was his first day in doing that or something. Even then. You gotta assume when these radios are finished, they reach the end of the line, they go through a series of quick tests, or maybe not even quick, a series of tests, probably during the alignment process, in fact, and discover that there's problems in the radio the way it's been built, including misalignment. What am I going to do here? So I have this end correct, as we're getting 21.5 at 162. Well, what is happening at the other end now? So let me just say this. That's the image. If there was a powerful signal broadcasting at 21.5, a strong signal, you hear it on this radio down here. My camera's really going nutsy there. Okay, onward. Yeah, I find the image thing confusing all the time. Was it 17 we were heading for? 17, and this should be 17.75. So that's 17 on the dial. 17.75. 18. Oh, there's two of them again. So we're at 17.9. So if I bring this in the way it should be, we'll lose the top end a little bit too. So this dial, because the pointer width is, when you're tuning on this band, is covering a lot, just the pointer width, there's no reason to be really precise with this, but we would want to be reasonably accurate. 17.75. Watching the meter. There we go. And one last check. We'll just go up to the top and find out it's not quite correct again. And we'll just leave it at that for now. This is 162. And it's supposed to be 21.5. And see, it's gone back down. So let's see if we can move it up. Which way? I'm gonna end up just messing this up. Covering pretty good distance here. I can't imagine this is the cause of any serious problems, but we've got to get this guy grounded better here, I think. I have to get at the nut that's under the nut. So I'm going to try to take this locking cover right off. Get it out of the way. Crank down on this, it'll twist this thing on its wires. I'm worried. That's what it's going to do. Doesn't seem to. It's pretty tight. There's no wiggling now. We're going to leave it at that. So oscillator didn't quite work out, but oh yes. You got that? So much truth. So now we want to stay in the same band, 21, where we are, and adjust C12. C12. Please don't make me do another one of these. C12, where are you? So C12 is one of the screws up here on the capacitor. That's another one. So that shouldn't change the frequency at all, though. Detector. Tune the radio right in nicely. Turn back then. So I'm hitting this thing with a very strong antenna signal to make it work like this. Don't be fooled here. It's actually quite weak. Tune again. Okay, and adjusting. Let's try a screwdriver on it first. It's the center C12 center one. 21500, yep. Okay, watching that meter. Oh, this is bad. I don't like that. Can hear a very small change. That's not good. That suggests I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, let's just double check here. So I'm on the 16 to 13 meter band. We want to adjust C12 at 21 megahertz. And C12, looking at the diagram. C12. That's it. Didn't do anything. What do you do about that? Very, very, very small effect. I just hear the effect. I can't even see it on the meter. Maybe we've got too much signal. What just happened? So I just cut the signal back to almost nothing. What are we listening to here? Why didn't that drop way off? What are we listening to? Something's going on here. So I've changed the signal by a factor of 1,000, and the radio's performance didn't change at all. Oh. Okay, let's watch that ABC voltage meter here. I don't get it. I don't know how that could be. But it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, back to what we're doing. I did that. C12 didn't do anything. The next one is we just stay right where we are and tune C4. C4 is the other capacitor. Surely to goodness this adjustment affects all the bands. So I'm doing the trimmer capacitor of the tuning capacitor. Okay, eyes on the meter. I open this one up wide. And the other one. Almost every time I do an alignment on a radio, stuff like this happens where you don't get the result you expect. And I wonder sometimes, is that because I've left some older capacitors in, some of those mica capacitors or something like that. I don't think there's too much more we can do with this. I think that's the bottom line for that band. It'll have to stand up to an actual antenna test to really find out how well it works. And 13 to 16, shortwave radio is at the bottom of its 11-year sun cycle. It's terrible right now. I was listening last night. There's just not much to pick up. So the next part of the alignment is to go back to the A band and do a bunch of stuff on that. Okay, let's do that. A band. Hey, the volume is not very high. That's a good sign. A band. $1,400 at 155. 155. That should be 1,400. Not 1,400. Turn it down. Okay, that's a moderate signal. That's the radio. It seems to be performing the way I would expect it to on this band. It's very important. So we want this really to show 1,400 on the frequency counter, and the adjustment is. Look, the adjustment is C38. C38, where are you? Another one that's missing. Oh, here it is. Down here on the side. .38 is this one. That's for a screwdriver. Okay, we want to get this to 1400. We'll go towards it. And we'll find it. Yep. And we'll just go a little further. Almost there. 1400. So noise signal right there. So we're going to tune slightly off 1400. I'm going to find it with this. Oh, I can't do what I'm about to do. That's an oscillator adjustment. That first one. That's right, yeah. So don't do what you're about to do. Don't do it. Okay, so now we go down to 600, 33.5 degrees for 600, 33.5. .5, really? Yep. Okay. I'll call it 33.5. And that should be 600. How'd that just pop in there? Well, it's not 600. There's no station at 600. That's probably 610. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, 610. So we want it to be 600. And the adjustment is L17. L17 is this guy. So there's a strong station at 610 and one at 590, either side of the 600. So that'll be it. Okay, and we gotta rush back up to the 1400 spot and see what happened there. It's good to get this one really accurate. Sure does seem to be working good. So 1400 was 155. 155. 1400. It's a little low. 1400. The adjustment for that is C38. C38. right. Right. C38. Wasn't much of an adjustment, so I think we're probably pretty good. So double checking where we are, we're at 155, 1400, 1304. A little too low. Let's just try it like that. Oscillator 38 is this one. So if that's 1400, and we should be able to hit 2 stations. No, 1400. There's nothing up here. Nothing up here. Oh, this radio's working well. Pick up this French station about the middle of the AM band. That's a good sign. Okay. The last thing we need to do is the A band. Oh no, wait a minute. I did that. C16. C16. Oh, there isn't another one to do yet. C16, A band 1400, where we are. We're not at 1400. Was 155, was it? 1400 is 155. I just got the volume down so low here. Pretty good. Now we want to peak this up with the detector adjustment. Detectors here. You certainly can't adjust these with this chassis back in the cabinet. So how are you supposed to do this radio? If you want to use the actual scale on the front, you can do all these because they're accessible, but you can't do these. Okay, let's peak this guy up. Going down. So this capacitor's cranked open also. I'm just gonna tighten it a little bit. So we're not getting that warm and fuzzy feeling, but it is working really well. No doubt about that. So, and the last thing is I have to adjust one more capacitor, and that's the one that's right on the antenna itself, C2, and I have to do it for the radiation loop technique. So I'm gonna grab my loop here. I have a couple of different loops I can do this with. Let's try this one. Let's try a different one. Let's just try it. So this is a really simple loop. Right? So be able to disconnect this. I should hear it again as soon as I hook this up to the loop. A bit closer. More power. That might be enough to do it with. And what are we doing now? We're adjusting C2 antenna. Oh, we are, eh? It's in the bag here. So it's either up. I think it's in here. Bring that down for a minute here. It's working good like that, but I can't get at the where are you? Interesting enough, this end of it is copper. This is copper. And there's a solder. A solder. There's a solder. It must be up here. That's it down there. Through that hole. By gosh, it is. It's buried in that hole. Okay, so everything's working. The radiation loop is working. Let's tune the radio. Make absolutely sure it's as good as we can get it here. Yeah, it is. Right there. Yeah. Watch. Maybe the screwdriver may affect it. Doesn't seem to. Too big. Too big. Okay. Right in. Okay, watching the meter. Just opening this one also. And just tighten it back up a little bit. You get a teeny tiny amount, but no peak. A number of these, no peak on it. It always makes me think something's not quite right. Hang this guy back up. Okay, a little ceiling come down on me here. Can that be it for the alignment? Is it not? It is. Let's do this then. Let's take off. Okay, so the signal generator is pretty much out of the picture. Antenna is just hanging up there. Let's tune this radio and see what we get at the lower end. Beautiful. I think I want to give the IF another run. We'll do the IF with a sweep generator next time and look at the wave shape, not the wave shape, the response curve.
Like that one. Edmonton Oilers, your new alternative uniforms are slick. To us here in Toronto, the Maple Leafs, you are a major part of the club.
Maple Leafs. I'm old enough that I was actually alive last time they won. Maple Leafs.
Stay back just a bit and pay attention to those details. So I think that's what this team is missing. They're missing the details, but that's up to the coach. And
This thing better stop at 0 or I'm gonna cry. Clunk. That's it. Right on the money. Well, here we are. So the set's fully aligned. You know, one more thing we should look at. What is happening with the magic eye? That's easy to do. Oh, you know, we still have all these buttons to do, but I usually don't do those. I usually leave that for the owner to do if they care to. Thought this would just take a second. Oh. What the heck's going on here? Yeah, I'm a little worn out. I'm a little frustrated. Been a long session. Come on. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to get any better than that. Come on, camera. Just doesn't want to focus. There it is. Okay, let's tune and see what happens here.
Was that one of your takeaways at the end of last night? You said to yourself,
so the eye is weak, but it has this interesting effect I've seen on a number of these where as you tune in a signal and the eye begins to close, it gets bright right at its ends there, which is actually kind of neat.
he stood us up.
Yes, he has.
Right. That's great. That's wait till we see him always now. Because I actually wanted to get his take. I was wondering what his listeners were thinking next week.
Okay. Maybe this baby's done. Working quite good. Just needs the nighttime real world shortwave test. And that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. And I'm not sure if you're going to see this radio again or I'm on to the next project. Well, I'll put it back in the cabinet. You can see it then. So thanks a lot for watching. And whatever I do next, I'll see you on that video.